ourselves?
Hello, and welcome back to the Let's Talk Hair podcast. I'm Araz. For those of you that are watching this on YouTube, you're going to see that I have somebody special sitting right next to me.
Hello.
And for those of you who are listening, I'm going to encourage that you go watch this on YouTube. The quality is not that great because we are in a hotel room.
As you can see.
Yeah, we are in a hotel room. I am in Northern California to teach a class, and on a very... on a big whim and very impromptu, me and Ricardo had dinner, and I wanted to invite him on the Let's Talk Hair podcast. So for those of you that don't know or you can't see, I am with Ricardo Jara.
Hello, the one and only.
Yes, the one and only.
The most ratchetest bitch in the industry.
Absolutely, and I have to say this, just trigger warning, there will be profanity.
Lots of profanity.
Yeah, lots of
twerking.
Lots of that, and lots of fuck
so
shit.
Disclaim whore.
Yeah, disclaim whore. So just so you guys know, and if this does offend you, then absolutely feel free to not listen.
You guys can just press stop and not listen.
We can, but here's the thing, guys. Today we are going to talk about, and this is why I wanted to bring Ricardo on here, is about authenticity. And so for this season, I was thinking about who do I want to bring on as guests, and I have a few people in mind. And my theme, maybe not a theme for lack of a better word, but I was thinking about some people that I know in the industry and how they have their own unique superpowers. No, I'm being serious. Like,
no, I know,
like
you're sweet. I'm being fucking serious.
Something that makes them stand out, something that makes them so unique that I view as a superpower.
My
and
booty.
So that is definitely a superpower, but we're not going to show that on YouTube. At least
you got a glimpse.
You can watch it in jeans. That's totally fine. You can twerk in jeans all you want. But when I was thinking about, Ricardo and what his superpower is, what I see as his superpower, it is that he is audaciously authentic. And in an industry, right? Do you like that? You need to get it tattooed.
Right on my forehead.
Authentic. And I think
Thank you for that. That's
of course, in this
so
industry,
are you, bitch.
I'm trying.
Those bitches too.
I'm trying. But we are in an industry where I think the tides are changing now and authenticity is being viewed as a positive. But I 100%. Feel like you've been like this for a long time, and it wasn't always viewed being authentic as being a good quality, right?
No.
Like there's such, this industry is very much fit in the box, fit in the bubble. You have to be like everybody else.
Drive 10 and 2.
Yeah. Hands on 10 and 2.
A certain way.
And Ricardo is not that.
I go against the grain, honey.
Absolutely.
I do not like to conform to shit. That's just what I do. And thank you for the intro, baby. That was the best thing
Now
ever.
you tell them a little bit more about you.
Well, my name is Ricardo Jara. Emphasis on the ho, on Ricardo. As you can see, my earring says ho. I always wear my job title proud, bitch. But I have been, classic shit, doing hair for counting beauty school or not counting beauty school?
Counting beauty school, always.
15 years then.
Ooh.
And I'm
It's
crumpling up,
quinceañera.
bitch. Like
It's
a
your
rice.
quinceañera.
It's my quinceañera. Wearing my fucking bucle ass little curls, bitch.
Your quinceañera curls
and my
your
fucking
crown.
coral ass dress.
Yes, and you need a crown.
So 15 years and still going at it. My body's decomposing, but like she said, I came into an industry that I saw that was really, really plastic as fuck, and it was off-putting in the beginning. So I just marched to the beat of my own drum, and I kept being me, and it's something that I've always stuck to. If you read any publications or articles about me, usually they're going to say, speaks his mind, always stands in his truth, and it's something that I really strongly believe is imperative and important to people's self-being and their mental health. Because if you are constantly forming yourself to be some other bitch, you're never going to be truly happy. So I don't know any other way to be, bitch.
Yeah.
15 years doing hair, specialize in blondes, extensions. I specialize in men. Not haircuts. Uh-huh. And then we'll move on from there. But yeah, it's 15 years in the industry. I am an Oligo Pro sponsored artist. That's who I love to use for my lightener and things like that. And what more is there to say about me?
I mean, there's a whole lot to
there
say
is
about
a lot,
you.
bitch, but
we're going to keep it right here.
We're going to keep it right here, and I'm going to let her direct me so we can, because I haven't been a podcaster, but I might be.
Is this your first time? on a podcast?
It's my second one. Celeste did one the first
got it.
time,
Okay.
It was never like looking at me like this.
Oh, yeah, we're recording on my
like, bitch, who you looking at, ho?
Should I turn it off?
No, I love it.
Okay, you're good. You like looking at yourself.
I love it, yeah.
Okay. So like I said earlier, this was definitely an on the whim as far as recording today. So he had been on my mind to be a podcast guest for a while. I think I invited him season 1 and we just couldn't make it happen for some reason.
But we did tonight.
Yeah, we absolutely did tonight.
Bitch hit me up. She's like, I'm coming to teach a class. What are you doing? I know it's last minute. Even last time I told this how I was like, don't tell me like week before or anything like that.
Very
she
last
did,
minute.
but this time it worked out.
Yes.
And then I was like, let's shoot your little potty.
Yeah.
We went to some dinner. We kikied. We talked. Had some tea, literal tea. And now we're here literally in the hotel room. Talking to you guys about authenticity. And this is her podcast. So ask me questions or talk to me. Do whatever you want.
Okay,
Nothing's
no
off limits.
pressure.
No
pressure. No, so like I said, there's no actual roadmap here. Usually I have like a list of questions, but I wanted to talk about the authenticity piece because you said something earlier that was really poignant, is that if we try to be...
Hold on. Define poignant, bitch.
Oh, like you're like...
my
my
vocabulary ain't that fucking broad, bitch. I went to beauty school, not Harvard.
Poignant. And I don't even fucking know if I'm using it correctly.
Alexa, what's poignant? There's no Alexa in this.
There is no Alexa in this house, or this hotel.
Not me Googling.
So, poignant means like it was a really strong point.
Okay.
And
that makes sense. That's what I figured.
Poignant. So the point that you said about how you have to be yourself, because I think a lot of times as hairdressers or as educators or as salon owners, we look up and see what other people are doing, how they're doing it, and if they have found success, we think, okay, well, I need to follow in that same path. And what can happen is it goes from following in that same path and learning to now like almost mimicking and trying to speak like and act like and do the same promotions as and foil the same way. And so I think
everyone's a victim to this. I've fallen to that.
100%.
Too, you know, like I'm not going to say that I'm perfect. It happens, but being self-aware about it and just always being yourself is going to keep you from straying from that, because then you're going to check yourself like, hold the fuck up. I am looking like a robotic mimic mirrored version of this bitch who I idolize, or this person who I idolize. Everybody has something to bring to the fucking table. Everybody has a unique, like she said, everyone has a superpower. Everybody has something to contribute. If you think you don't, then
you gotta do some work.
Do some work on yourself, because everybody has a different voice. What I say differently than her is going to come out and be digested differently, whether it be the same technique, information, or anything. So,
like we could literally say the same exact thing, and he's the same exact point.
Yeah.
And the way he brings it, the way he delivers it, the sauce that he puts on it, versus the way I do it and the sauce I put on it. You know, it's similar concepts executed differently, and so. I think if you're looking at your career as a whole, whatever you want your goal to be, whatever you want for your career, I guess the value of bringing you to it. Because if you're a carbon copy or you're replicating or you're being like others in hopes to have the same
people
success.
People gonna see that shit.
And it's not even, yes, they're going to see it, but like, it's not going to be you.
Yeah.
And so if it's not you, and it's kind of like catfishing, okay? Like you can build all the hype online with being a catfish, but then people meet you in real life and you don't look like that, you're gonna lose people.
They're like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, and so it's the same thing. Like if you're showing up a certain type of way for your clients online, trying to fit this box, right? Like let's say that you say fuck a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck.
Fuck. He says fuck all the time, and you're filtering it. Because you want a certain type of clientele, right? You want, in your mind, you think high ticket clientele, bougie clientele, they're not going to be okay with me saying fuck. Then you're going to have to put on that show during the whole appointment. And it is going to suck the life out of you.
Yeah.
Am I right?
You're going to hate what you're doing.
You're going to hate what you're doing
it's
versus...
going to feel so robotic. And I'll tell you, to jump off of that, I have been saying fuck, shit, bitch, ass, cunt my whole career. And I have bougie, top dollar clients. I got them all. There's a person for everybody. If somebody doesn't like you, then they just keep it moving. And I think it's important to stay true to yourself for that reason, because it will get you into a spiral. You will start
Downward.
hating what you do. You will start hating yourself because it's not you. You're not emulating and showing what is authentically living inside. You're putting on this mask for people. And like I said before, people are going to see through that. So it's better to just stay consistently you, and you're going to get and call in what you put out there. So that's what I've always done. People always ask me, like, I upload on my stories. I'm like straddling a client. There's like these memes out there that people put, like how you are in front of your bougie clients versus your like OG clients.
Yeah.
The fucking bitch who sits in my chair, that first consultation, you're getting a motherfucking lap dance, bitch. So I don't switch it up for anybody like that. So I don't identify with those reels where people are like, hey, I'm doing this with my OG clients, which is cute and shit. But then with the first one, you're acting like 10 and 2. It's like, no, when you walk in, I'm like, what's up, bitch? How you doing?
And I have been guilty of that, especially early on in my career as a stylist behind the chair, because I'm like, oh, I need to be professional. I need to keep it like, and I started so young that I had my age working against me. I was 17 when I graduated beauty school. I know. I started
Were you
at
ROP?
15. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah. I started at 15.
Her.
17, I got finished, and
she
I had
was
to
in
wait.
high school. That means she was doing it in high school.
Yeah, I was doing high school in the morning from like 6 to 11.
She an overachiever, bitch.
Yeah, oh no, and then I was
me.
doing beauty school 12 to 4:30.
I didn't even graduate on time. I had a
had
0.7 GPA. Ho.
I had a job too.
Good for you, bitch.
I have been an overachiever.
We were just
my whole
talking
life.
about how I'm 15 years in it and crumpling into a Rice Krispies treat. I'm like, I don't know how you're still going, bitch. I'm over here like
dying. Well, because I don't do 7,000 mini foils. Like
Trust me, I want to fucking lay off the overfoiling, but something in my heart just doesn't.
You just can't do it. Yeah, see, I don't have carpal tunnel because I don't do 7,000.
Look at this
foils.
pinky and look at this pinky. Do you see the difference?
You guys have to watch this on YouTube. Oh my gosh.
That's why I'm constantly adjusting. So I'm sorry.
Back to the point about, and it's not about, it is kind of hot. And it's not about just cussing or saying bad words. It's just.
It really isn't, honestly.
It's who you are as a person.
Personally.
Right? So like if you, for example, I'm really messy. Look at his shirt. Hashtag hair hoe. Oh, you did that on purpose.
Who told you?
You did that on purpose. So yeah, it's not about cussing. I was going to tell you. So I tend to be very, like I'm messy. I'm not a clean hairdresser. I am messy. There's bowls of color everywhere. There's like
my foils look like they were crumpled
everywhere. Okay, but like I'm not trying to front like I am perfectly clean and have it all together. Do I have my salon cleaned? Yes. Do I have an assistant that cleans up after me? Yes. But the days that my assistant isn't there, my salon is a mess, and that's just what it is. And so I'm not going to try to be something that is not authentically me. So it's not just about your language. It's about your perspective. It's about your outlook. It's about how you show up, how you communicate, how much you share. Like if you are an oversharer, for example, and you like to get deep with people and you want to talk about aliens and conspiracies and all that, then like do that with your clients, because those are going to be your people. So it's all about being this authentic self that Ricardo does so well. Thank you. I think one of the yes, accept it. And so one of the things that I think I found fascinating about Ricardo is he is very authentic. Not just in his language, but just his personality, right? In an industry...
Since I popped out my mom's coochie, honey.
Bingo. But in an industry that celebrates conformity, right? And so not only is he, that's why I say audaciously authentic, but he still has a great clientele, but more importantly... This is for any of you who want to work with brands.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you want to be an educator.
Still people fuck with me.
Huh?
I said, I still have people who fuck with me.
There are brands who work with Ricardo.
Color Track, Design Me Hair, Oligo Pro, Matrix Biolage. Sorry, they're different. They told me.
They are different.
Send me things. Food companies. A lot of
So
people.
I want you to
and
think
they love
about,
that about
yes.
me. Just to be
because
tell
it's your superhero.
They
It's your
love
superpower.
that about me. They love, and some people don't. Don't get me wrong. There's lots of people who are like, God, do you kiss your mother with that mouth? On both cheeks, bitch. So. Yes, I get it. And you're always going to have people who go against you. But again, there's always, when you are you, you're going to attract like a magnet what you want. And you're going to be living so much less stress-free because I'm sitting in a chair and I'm talking to my client. I don't have to think that, I can't say that. I literally don't have to think. I just fucking speak. I speak like, oh my God, this just happened in my coochie last night. I don't even have one, bitch. But like, I say it like that. And they fucking say it right back. My clients are like, they're like my people. They're like me, you know? So yes, there's a certain level of professionalism that people should have, but at the end of the day, there's nothing, words are words, cuss words are cuss words. If you're not harming anybody and if it's not hurting anybody, what you're doing and who you are, then what the fuck is the problem with it?
Yeah.
I mean, a few cuss words is what is going to...
Well, there are people who get very offended.
Absolutely.
Like I had somebody post on one of my videos saying, wow, all the things that you said were so great. I just wish you wouldn't swear as much.
Yeah. And before I was deleted off Instagram, I had a lot of those people as well. Like, God, your delivery just could be a lot different. And I'm just like, well, it could be a lot different, but you could also hit the unfollow button. Honey, I love you. Thank you for supporting me when you did. And other things, too, that I use my platform to speak up of. People are like, well, I would never expect this from you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm not here to fit in your box, bitch. Yeah. You're fitting in my Instagram box. You're following me for a reason.
Yes.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, at Kick Rocks, we all got life to live. If you do not like what you see, I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, I thought it was touchscreen. At the end of the day, I'm going to continue being who I am. And if it's going to keep you pressed like a little panini, I suggest you keep it moving.
Oh, my God.
I mean that with all the love in the world.
Pressed like a little panini. So I think the whole point on why I wanted to bring Ricardo on here is I wanted him to share a little bit about his story. And before I continue, I do want you to share about your Instagram. Did you get deleted because of being super authentic?
Yes. I was deleted at 30,000. I started getting dings with my captions. I actually have it here, but I don't want you guys to see any of these pictures over here.
No.
But I have all the dings recorded. I would put so if you go to my page, Ricardo Hara Hair 2 now, all my captions, I talk. I call the hair little cunt bitches. I call them hoes. I call the hair strands this. But I say it in my own way where if you were to read my caption, you'd be like, okay, this is fucking informative, educational, entertaining. It's like fucking sex novel for hair. But it's just the way I like to talk, the way I type, the way I do things. So when censorship started happening more, there was cunts, hoes. I call my bleach Pablo Escobar because it looked like cocaine. So I was inciting criminal organizations.
That's what Instagram said?
Inciting criminal organizations, bullying because I would comment, bitch, you're fucking killing this cunt. Good job on this fucking hair. I was calling her a cunt. So bullying. So I kept getting dings. And as a stubborn little capper cunt bitch that I am, I'm like, I'm not going to fucking stop typing for them. And every time edit caption. So I would start captioning. And then they'd be like, this is a caption that's been reported before. Do you want to edit? Nope. So if you look at my profile on my account, it'll say that I'm at risk of losing it right now, but it's literally just because of my play on words in the algorithm. And I did speak up for things that I wanted to speak up for that I was very passionate about in the beginning. That included a lot of social issues, whatever way you want to think about it. Some were on that side of the stuff and some were on that side. I don't conform to that little game. So a lot of those things weren't allowed to be talked about. And as someone, like she says, who is, what is the word? Audaciously authentic. I don't know how to do this. The way the world's going with all this censorship and doing stuff, I do not know how to censor myself in real life. So I wasn't going to do it. So I got deleted. And I rose out the ashes, bitch, like a fucking phoenix.
So let me ask you honestly, like when it first happened...
October 16th of 2021.
Perfect. We have a date. Nobody is counting. Nobody is counting. But no, like when it first happened and you realize like, shit, I just lost my account of 30,000. Because for those, you guys know how hard it is to grow an Instagram following within these last 5 or 6 years. If you guys are watching on YouTube,
Can I not upload Instagram?
No, yeah, you can.
Oh, I thought it was a conflict.
No, because the thing is, sometimes
Oh, it
people
flips
listen
it.
on a podcast, and then sometimes people watch it on YouTube. So if you guys can't see
I just posted up my deletion of me.
Yeah. So when you guys know how hard it is to build up an audience, especially like I feel like 10 years ago or even 7-8 years ago was easier. People were giving follows like it was candy, and now people are very stingy and they only want to follow people who they truly resonate with. And so building up to 30,000 organically and authentically was
Never
hard.
bought.
Yeah, of
anybody.
course not. No. I mean, well, I guess some people do buy, huh?
Oh my God, people were buying like crazy, babe.
Okay, so no.
Actually, let me be authentic. In the beginning, when I was at 2,000, there was something called Instagress. Someone showed it to me, and I used it for a month, and you put in a premeditated comment.
Okay.
And
it would go in and engage for you?
Yes, on the certain hashtags. And then after a month of it, I was like, whatever. I gained 100 followers from it, but I did so full transparency.
Okay, so you did. You bought 100 followers.
I didn't even pay for the service. It was free. You just like go in and you put your handle and you put I put 20 things just because I was physically doing it to everybody and commenting and going. Because if you look at my comments, I comment to every single person back.
He really does.
I reply to every DM. So for me, it was just frustration of like, fuck,
it's getting overwhelming.
Gonna do this and do it that way. So I did that for a month, but it didn't.
But other than that, though, you're 30,000, you
authentic.
grew. And so when you realize that, because of my authenticity,
Audacious.
I lost. Your audacious authenticity. You now lost something that you worked so hard for. So initially, because you said you rose out of the ashes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, what was the initial? Because I think there's a lot of people who have lost their accounts recently for whatever reason. So
And
like, what was
anyone's
the initial,
losing them now. What was the initial what?
your initial thought of when you realized, like, oh shit,
Fuck,
it's
it
gone.
happened.
You knew it was going to happen?
Yes, I've been being warned for like 6 months solid. And then I was like, well, it's here. Before that, I was blocked from doing lives for 2 months. And then I was, I don't know what else they had me restricted from. And then my father owns a very popular restaurant out here in the Bay Area, so I run that Instagram as well. And Adam Mazzari, the head of Instagram, I personally DM'd him and I showed him a picture that I have here in my phone of the post that got me deleted, which was a balayage raw like hair, and I just captioned it like just talking like I talk. And then I was like, look, I'm about to get, this was warnings, not even deletion. And I told him, I'm like, look, I am not a criminal organization. A prostitute, questionable, bitch. But I'm not inciting prostitution or bullying people. Look at my play on words. And he had said, we definitely don't censor off language, which was complete fucking bullshit because I have the screenshots and the fucking thing. And that was like 2 months before I got deleted. So it took me down. It was like suddenly there was like all these reviews happening on my page. I tried to log in, and then I started getting stories from a year ago. I even have the story screenshotted where I was like, live your fucking truth, bitch. Always fucking be you, hoe. Aww. And it took me down for that. It's like this
from a year ago.
From
so
a year ago.
They were investigating your account.
It was like dun dun dun, and then it said your account has been disabled. So instant reaction, I was like, fuck, yes, your gut just synced to your fucking booty hole, bitch. But I was like, I remember someone asking me 2 years prior.
It's not touch screen.
I know, my bad, bitch.
The screen keeps getting
a year
dark.
or 2 years when Instagram was like they were like, would you be able to exist without your Instagram? Like, you would die not having it. I was like, no. I'm like, I lived without having it before. So this to me rang in my head. I was like, okay, can I survive without this? And in my head, yes, I didn't need it. I was like, it hurt me because I have memories there. Like she said, if you're an overshare, I was uploading of my family, of my weight loss journey, of
your health
everything,
journey, yeah.
Health. I was preaching a lot of natural health because I reversed some autoimmune diseases in me holistically and naturally. Your knees hurt?
My knees hurt.
Mine don't.
Here, you sit. Give me a pillow. We're literally we're sitting on the floor.
Her knees hurt, amateur.
I am an amateur.
I'm an
old lady.
amateur.
Old lady. Oh, that's so much better.
So then, what was I saying? I only did it once, bitch.
Oh my God.
She's like, I forgot too.
I did forget. It's past my bedtime. It's now 9:30. You
What?
were talking about your memories, your health loss journey.
Oh
your
yes,
natural
that's what I was.
autoimmune.
That's what really hurt, because I went in once I started involving people with like celery juicing and things like that. I wasn't just hair.
Yeah.
It was just people were like, for what do you do with your skin? How are you like this as an uncle? How are you like how are you? I was doing food recipes. I was doing health. I was just like sharing what was in real time. I started my health journey, my weight loss journey with Instagram. Like I was like, look, I was all fucking swollen. I'm like, I'm starting celery juice with you guys. So all that being archived in my stories, the trip where I was flown to Miami, where I was flown to Canada, memories of people, like things that I had saved in there. I don't think these platforms, when they delete you, understand. Obviously, you'd be like, God, you live life. Don't be so on there. But at the end of the day, back in the day, this is my camcorder. This is where I have all my memories. This is where I save everything. That's where I have my captions, my growth of where I was fucking leaving lines and doing ugly ass little hairs to me and seeing where I got to, the nominations, everything. All that was deleted in a blink of an eye for that, with no rebuttal, no help. So it was annoying. It was damning. And it was something that I didn't get into a depression. I didn't like cry about it. I still, till this day, you could say I'm crying about it, but I'm on to still trying to get it back. But like I said, I made another page and I kept it moving. At the end of the day, I really would just love to log in, grab all my content.
Yeah,
like
and then
800 posts with formulas that I put in there, like literally formulas. And I had in my head to do, because people would always tell me, they're like, put your pictures with your captions in a book. And have it be like a salon book.
Yeah, if you can just go back and get that.
And it's just like those things. So it did hurt me in that sense, and I'm still a hopeful bitch and persistent. So I still am hopeful that I'll get it back.
And it's only been 2 years. It can.
And the follower count truly doesn't really matter. But in the business sense, let's be real. Like, people do look at that number. People do look at, oh, can this person bring something to me? So at the end of the day, it helps in that sense. But
that's another thing I did want to talk about, is because we've talked about this before, with some of these ideas that we have as hairdressers that we think are truths, but they're really not. So, for example, that every single person who has a large following must be successful and must be making a lot of money.
Yeah, it's so ass backwards.
It's ass backwards.
You have like 900,000 followers. I know bitches who, come on, aren't making money.
Like, it doesn't.
But they go for that part though. Like, they like the Instagram, and the popularity is enough money for them.
There was somebody that I was watching on TikTok, and I don't know who it was. It wasn't a hairdresser, but she was crying in her TikTok. She has over 300,000 followers on TikTok, and she was crying about how she doesn't have enough money to pay her bills. So I don't want anybody to assume that a large following means automatic success, number one. Number two, Ricardo talked about this a couple years ago, and this is when I was like, I fucking love this dude. When you were talking about the nominations. And so I want you to touch on that, and not like specifics, but just in general of like, and this is about being authentically yourself and being happy with who you are and what you provide, and not needing that external validation. So if you can just talk about that, because you just reposted about something like that too, right?
Yeah, are you talking about like where I said
about the nominations?
that I just want nominations?
No. About how
they don't
people
contract.
Yeah.
The meme I made?
I don't remember. It was something like about don't let, like, if you get nominated or you don't get nominated, it doesn't matter.
Yes,
like you're still a good hairdresser.
Because when I was speaking,
like
when I was talking, I was telling her I had people would message me a lot because they're like, "How do you get nominated? How do you get these contracts? How do you do these things and stuff like that?" When we touched on it, be authentic, be you. People are going to gravitate to you. But I had a lot of people that would message me and say that they would be going into whatever kind of anything, shows or courses that little individual brands do, or courses. What do you call them?
Shows, award shows.
Not even that. Contests. Contests online and things like that. People would lose, people would tell me that they went into a 3-month depression, that they were completely like in a dark hole because they didn't even
I don't want to do hair anymore.
A simple, just a nomination for something that they worked so hard for. And I was just like, these people, I've been not nominated before. And yes, you get a little like ego, whatever, but you move on. For at least for me, some people can't. So I think it's important that you do not let that be what defines you. What makes you you. Like she was saying, you is what makes you you. People who get nominations or contracts or things like that, they're no bigger or better than you. They're just, I don't know what do you think they're go-getters? Not that you're not a go-getter, but some people are more eccentric and loud, and that's
you guys,
what reigns supreme for people. It's sometimes not even the talent for
100%.
You know, it's like how loud you can be and things like that.
Or it's also, and I'll be very honest and transparent, it's who you know.
Yeah.
A lot of this industry, you guys, I've been in it for 23 years, and I've seen all kinds of sides of it, right? And you could be the most talented, incredible, amazing stylist who deserves to be recognized by brands, who deserves to be recognized and get nominations and get contracts. But you don't. And that doesn't mean you suck.
Had I can tell you this right now, that when I will still start doing it again, but before, on my other page, I had lots of big brands follow me, lots of big names following me. So I would repost on my stories and in pages, like, people who, like, literally, to me, in my own head, I'm like, you fucking shit on my work, bitch. How the fuck are you not, like, top tier up there, you know? And I would repost them and send them to these people and stuff like that because there's so much talent out there.
There's so much
fucking
and
talent.
I think,
and we've become this, like, we need this external validation to be ourselves and validation comes from within you and yourself. Like, I fucking killed that hair. When you see that bitch walking in the store and you love your work, if your bank is happy, all this other shit, it's
doesn't matter.
It's added cherry. Yes, it helps.
Super
yes,
fun.
It helps.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's cool. It's engaging. It's community. But like she was saying, this industry, I personally believe, has been becoming so robotic and so fake. And it started when I first came in, and the industry has been for a long time. I'm just saying, when I came,
it's actually getting a little better.
Is it?
Surprisingly.
Well, I have taken a dip back. I've taken a little bit of a dip back from it, but that's why I took a dip back, though. It was getting to, I was like, toxic. These fake ass bitches, and I don't want to have to cuss these people out and have this, like, online war and things like that, because I was just like, I'll just dip back, because it was just becoming,
it's not worth it.
Just what you see, like,
there is a whole other toxic side of this industry.
There is a
but
toxic
luckily,
bitch, and I'm here to detox it, bitch.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, there are a lot of people, and maybe it's just my perspective and where I'm coming from, but I see a lot of people trying to shift that narrative into a very, let's link arms, let's collaborate together to elevate everybody.
Yes.
There's still,
I just reposted you today on what you were saying, like on the education.
About serving.
About educating. Yeah. No, about educating. Like, literally, like, you can stop worrying about what the bitch to the left or the right is doing. If you don't like that person's technique, or if you don't like how they melt a root, or how they do it, who gives a flying motherfucking fuck,
doesn't
bitch?
Matter.
It's, let people thrive on their own, thrive on your own. Yeah.
Because
there's room for everyone to grow.
There is room for everybody to grow.
It's a big ass motherfucking world, bitch. Newsflash. Yeah. There's not just this. People live in this hair world and they think that's all that exists. It's not just a hair world. There's a world outside of it, and people get so enveloped and sucked into that one little world that they don't even realize it. That's why I say be yourself. That's why I say be authentic, because if you have your self-awareness about yourself, you won't allow yourself to get there. You'll check yourself and be like, I see where I'm getting.
And that's what's going to take you up. Elevate you. So when we were talking about earlier, where you could be the most amazing and talented hairdresser, right? Colorist, whatever.
It's not my knees.
Who deserves the recognition, but are you being authentic to yourself? And if you answer yes to that, right? You're like, okay, check. I'm a great colorist. Check. My work is beautiful. Check. Yes, I'm being authentic. Then the last thing that's probably missing is consistency. That's probably it. Because if I look at anybody in this industry who's, quote, made it, they're consistent with what they're doing. They're consistent with their messaging. They're consistent with their branding. They're constantly putting themselves out there, and they're themselves.
And they're persistent bitches.
They're persistent.
I'll tell you that. When people would ask me in the beginning too, well, how? did you like get? I'm like, I went up straight up to the people that people are scared to. Lisa Walker or Rebecca Taylor, if you guys know her. Like, I saw them at a show and I was like, oh, that bitch is cool. Like, I like her shit. And I remember sitting with people like, no, don't bug them. I'm like, don't bug who? I'm like, hey, I like you. I like you.
Yeah,
like,
they're just
boom, follow.
hairdressers. You guys,
like,
we're all just hairdressers.
We're just people. And people would come up to me and like, someone at a show cried and brought me a bottle of vodka. And I was like, I can't believe. Yeah. I can't believe. Like, I'm meeting you. You're just, and I'm like, honestly, for me,
I'm a person.
I'm like internally, like I have social anxiety, believe it or not. So
I do too.
I like really bad. So it's just like, wait,
I do better on one-on-one.
And
I
people,
do better.
and just someone like crying to you and coming up to you and just being like, you're such an inspiration and things like that. And it's like, I don't know, it's a crazy experience.
But you're being validated. It's just external validation that you are being authentic and that it's it's working for you. It's paying off.
Yes.
And so,
and if being you naturally is this professional person who speaks eloquently, then do that.
Hell yeah. Don't try to be like Ricardo.
Yeah, don't try to be like me. Like, bitch, I want to muscles. Because then you're going to be dealing with people in your chair. You're going to be like, oh, hell, you trashy ass hoe. Get out of here and go to Ricardo's chair. And I'll gladly take the hoe.
Right. Right.
And I say hoe with love.
With all the love. And so I want to wrap this up because my battery is dying as well. I know, I'm very sad.
We were kikiing.
I know,
honey.
we were. Look at 35 minutes.
Hour,
we really could. Maybe we do it live together one day.
We will. We're doing
and
live
finishing
together.
this
Don't
up.
worry, because there's so much more we could speak
There's
about.
a lot. There's a lot. And so what I wanted today was just to give you, if you've been listening, a glimmer of encouragement.
And hope that you can literally be yourself and still be
and
successful.
it's celebrated.
And celebrated.
It is. It is. I was watching a documentary.
I get more love than hate, honestly. I got hate, but like, trust me, and I dealt with the little parasites that tried to come for me that were giving me hate, but it's more love than anything. Like I said, if you're not hurting anybody, who am I hurting by being just cussing and twerking all over the place and
he's
saying
happy
all these
as fuck.
words? I'm not
you're
fucking
happy.
Yes, I'm not
and
doing anything
who
the people who are hating on you literally need to go do some self-work and go do some inner child work because you're projecting.
Or like parent wounds. Yeah. No, dead ass. I've been there.
I'm serious. The book, How to Do the Work.
Yes.
It's literally,
it's in his backseat.
I got a book for you, honey.
It's in his backseat.
Because they're just projecting, and don't let these haters bring you down at the end of the day because they will try.
They will.
It comes with the fucking trade. It comes
I recently
with
had that
putting
happen.
yourself out there. Yeah, fuck them. I'll come cut a bitch. See, no, I'm gonna get censored for being a criminal organization.
Oh no, Pablo Escobar, the bleach.
But yes, just like hopefully my hoe ass presence gives one person that listens or watches your podcast. I'm like, hey, that little gay ass ratchet bitch can do it. I can do it too.
Yes, and you can.
You can.
There's nothing. I mean, you're very special. You're very special. But there's nothing special about Ricardo or myself or anybody in this industry, whether it's your suite mate or your coworker or your salon owner, anybody that you may look up to. There's nothing special about them other than they're being consistent, they're being themselves, they're being persistent. That's it. And so whatever you want for yourself, just check with your integrity and say, okay, is this me being me? Or am I trying to fit into a box? And if you're trying to fit into a box, know that one day that box is going to be your limitations. Okay? So when you don't put yourself in a box, there's an abundance of abundance. When you put yourself in a box, you are now boxed in. So just be mindful of that.
And if you're in the box, kick that fucker open.
Kick it open. Get the fuck out.
Bitch.
Get out. Grow and blossom and
live
thrive.
in the globe.
Yes, literally.
Get out of the box.
With that, I hope that this was helpful for you guys. If you're listening to this and you want to watch our really poor quality video,
I didn't show much of it.
Probably poor quality audio as well. You can go on YouTube, and if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to listen to it at a future date because Ricardo's so amazing, you can go listen to it on the podcast. Ricardo, how can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Ricardo Hara Hair 2. I say Hara because I'm Mexican. I'm bilingual, so you are gonna write Ricardo gonna pay me.
Jara
hair, Jara hair.
I'm gonna put it in the
too.
caption as well, guys.
And I just wanted to thank you for having me on, because at the end of the day, I know this bitch is structured and she has a thing, but she knows that I'm a organic bitch and I just love to go with the flow with things. So this podcast, the way it happened,
it was
whether
perfect.
it was quality bad, we're in
It
a
was
hotel room,
perfect.
it was so true to me, and thank you for doing that.
Oh
for
my
me.
gosh, I appreciate you. Very last minute.
And I love you.
I love you.
Don't worry, husband, I'm not a threat.
No. Unfortunately, I don't like gay boys. I mean, I love gay boys.
And unfortunately, I only like my tuna from the can. So
There you go. I don't.
I'm sure it smells like flowers, bitch.
All right, guys. Stick
Thank you.
to
being
yourself.
Just
Absolutely.
be yourself. The message you need to get is just be yourself. If you were walking off that path, recalibrate, bitch. Go back.
Get
on
back
it and
to
know
you.
that being you is. She said nothing special, but you're already special when you're you.
Yeah.
That's why there's nothing special about the person. The specialness already exists
Is
in you.
You
So
will be
just
celebrated.
you, and then you're special.
You will be successful. You will be happy if
Happy.
you stay
Happy.
true to you. All right, guys. Thank you, Ricardo.
You're welcome,
I appreciate
bitch.
you. You guys
Love
check
you,
the
hoe.
caption for his Instagram
Bye,
info.
bitches.
Bye.
Take care.